Warning: the following live video is unscripted, unrehearsed, and presented in a raw format. Inappropriate language, suggestive humor, alcohol and tobacco use may be present at any time.
We've got some work together.
Hello, everybody, and what's happening? Welcome to ESV. We're here. We're going to have some good times tonight because we're joined by, of course, all our great shoulders, all in the family. We are awesome. Some of us are living single, some married with children, some stuck in the middle. But either way, we're live to you in living color. So let's get moving on up with all our friends. But don't forget, before we do that, be saved by the bell, like, subscribe, share, and just enjoy ESV on YouTube and Facebook. So cheers, everybody, and welcome to the show. I am Keith Litfin right now. Today's topic is going to be the TV show effect. What the TV show effect is actually about. We are going to talk about the TV shows that have impacted, influenced our lives in many ways. Some in a very humorous way, some maybe not so humorous. But either way, we quote them. We think about them a lot. We rewatch them. We binge them when we can. This is going to be a more fun show than we typically do, hopefully. Some shows have impacted us a little deeper than others. Some just make us laugh all the time. And speaking of people that are always making us laugh, please welcome to the panel, Nikki Colley. How you doing?
Hi,
Nikki.
How are you, Keith?
I am absolutely fantastic, as always. I don't think I've ever not been fantastic on here.
Right.
So you excited for today's topic?
I am. I think this is going to be a fun one.
I do too. So do you think have you really had an impact on TV shows? Is that something you quote or just you feel them? What is it?
No, you know what? A lot of the shows, when I was thinking kind of where I got my sense of humor, kind of my sense of self. I don't want to reveal too much just yet.
Well, no, keep it. We need something for later.
But really, just for instance, MTV kind of was, I got MTV at a time when it was still like music videos.
I don't understand that. What's that concept? Music videos?
Stop it. I am from the 1900s, so.
Oh, yeah, you told me. Your son said that all the time. Well, we're glad you're here with us in the 21st century right now. We're going to bring on in now another one of our lead shoulders and, of course, the co-founder of ESV, Ear Shoulder Voice. We have Lenny's World. Lenny, hey, how are you doing?
Hello. Oh, I'm so good. This is so fun. I can't wait. I've had such a rough week, and I'm so happy to be here. And this topic is going to be a good one.
You definitely have, and yeah, we hear you. You're a little choppy right now, but we'll get that fixed. Don't worry about that. So we're actually glad to have you here. For those who didn't know, you were going through some issues you talked about on our last show, which were really rough for you, and I hear there's good news about that.
Yes, thank you, and thank you everybody for throwing out the prayers and stuff and the good comments. So everything went great, and my mom's doing well. So I'm so happy, and I'm so happy to be here tonight because this is going to be a fun show.
The day's just going to get better, isn't it?
Yep.
All right, we have a new person to introduce to you this evening, of course. He's joined us as a shoulder a little bit. He hasn't gotten to do a show with us yet. Please welcome Gabe Grady. Gabe,
hello.
What's going on?
Hi, Gabe.
How are you?
Hi,
Hello.
Gabe.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Welcome.
Couldn't be better.
Good. I'm excited. This is the first time I'm on. I've done the interview with Mr. Litfin here, and I'm glad to be part of all this.
Yeah, I tend to do those sometimes. We kept you occupied for a while.
Yeah.
I was not ready for that. If you'd have seen me, you'd have tuned out right away when I was doing that interview. I'm just like, it's morning. Why do you want to be on here? Just tell me. But it went over pretty well.
I think so. Yeah, definitely.
It did.
So
Yes.
Gabe, how do you know Keith? Let everybody know how you know Keith.
So I have known Keith since
Don't say a number.
7.
Hey, that works.
Years
Sounds
old.
like.
Since way back.
All right. Hey, wait. Give us a TV show that tells us the time of when you met Keith.
Cops.
No, definitely not. Definitely the Dukes of Hazzard.
All right.
Oh, yeah. I think that's actually a good one. I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, Leave It to Beaver or something like that?
Not
No,
quite
we were
that.
only 7.
We did. There were colored televisions out there. We didn't start out with one necessarily, but we.
I didn't have one. My room, I had this little tiny, like 13-inch black and white TV,
Yeah.
and that's what we got to watch it on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And believe me, color was well around. We just didn't have money.
Exactly.
But we saw
got
the rest of the
by
world in
the
color.
best we could.
Yes, we did.
In living
Yeah.
color.
In living color. All right, so we're gonna get started right away. Before we actually get into the ones that influenced you, just out of curiosity, I want to go around. What is probably, if you had to pick one of your all-time just favorite shows, influenced you or not, now, later, just right now, what do you think one of your all-time favorite shows is, Nikki?
Wait, right now?
Oh.
Like currently? Hang on, Nick. Right
Well,
now,
anytime.
or anytime in your life.
Yeah, anytime. But not necessarily what influenced you the most, but just one of your favorites. What is it, Nikki?
Don't laugh.
I'm going to already.
Thundercats.
Hey, Thundercats.
Thundercats?
I'm
all
old.
about it.
I don't know.
Anything in the lineup of Saturday morning?
She's like, I know Huckleberry Hound.
Yeah, Thundercats was my all-time favorite. I just love Thundercats.
Sure.
What about you, Gabe?
Yeah, I mean, the Saturday morning cartoons are definitely, in there, in the brain for all time. Whether it be the Transformers, you got Joe, you got everything on USA as far as like
You guys are puppies.
Thundercats. Oh, come on now.
You're not puppies.
Puppies. Yes. You are puppies.
I'm a cougar girl.
That's right. Nikki's a cougar.
You're a kitten.
She is too. I've seen her at the bar.
Yeah.
What about you, Lenny?
Oh, okay. Okay. You guys are such puppies. Seriously, because
Little House on the Prairie?
Yeah, that was one of them. But
I love.
okay, think of this. All right, here we go. The wind began to switch, the house to pitch, and suddenly the hinges.
You know that's a
started to
movie, right?
Unhitch. No, back when, before y'all were born, okay. Disney only came one time, like every Sunday night. We would sit down and watch our
Wonderful
Disney.
World of Disney.
Okay. And once a year, one time a year, The Wizard of Oz would come on. And we would wait all year long. And we would all sit down as a family, and we would watch the Wizard of Oz. And those flippin', I was going to say the bad word, but those stupid monkeys did me in forever. I had dreams that my house didn't have a roof on it and the witch would fly around trying to hit me with a fly swatter. I mean, it like scarred me.
You had a fucked up childhood, didn't you? And you're the first person I think I've ever heard that said Disney only came once a year.
I know, because you guys are puppies. That's what I'm saying.
I was waiting to see you guys like gathered around this to listen to it.
No, we used to seriously. Okay, so my mom's in the hospital right now, but when she comes home and watches this eventually, she's going to like it. Because we used to, every Sunday, we used to sit down. My parents would lay on the couch and we'd all sit on the floor, and you had this box TV. Okay, I'm old. You had this box TV that sat in front of us, and we would watch Disney every single Sunday. And then only once a year would The Wizard of Oz come on. And I know like almost every song, every lyric, every, thing to that. If I had to watch it, I could play it.
So your favorite TV show was the one that there was only one episode and it was only on one time every year.
No,
And it was the same episode.
No, it was Disney on Sundays. It was any Disney thing.
Just the
on
Wonderful
Sundays.
World of Disney.
Yeah.
I'll accept that.
It was all the Disney stuff, but that was my favorite. That's why I said you're puppies.
But
You love to play with them, but then they grow up.
Yeah, Nikki.
Oh, you know how you say you lived like this magical life? That's why, because like Disney was so magical to you, so you just like
Maybe.
It's like built into her now.
yeah, you're just like a
She's got little sparkles. That's why she doesn't move. When she walks away, you see little trails of sparkles going behind her.
Little pixie dust.
yeah.
So I know our topic is about TV shows that pretty much influenced and altered your life. How many people are at all going to even say the ABC after school specials?
Oh, no.
Absolutely. No, but they didn't do anything. They were always lame and cheesy.
Right.
In so many ways, they didn't fit. I have to say, I'm kind of in line with the cartoons with Gabe. But I can't really pick one because it was everything from the morning shows to the after-school ones. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, for sure.
Yes.
I was a big fan. The originals, not this new crap they're doing. The original TMNT
right.
was awesome.
Let's hear it. Let me hear the little lingo thing that they do. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, turtles in a half shell.
Turtle
Turtle
power.
power.
I just had to wait for it.
Good memories.
I know.
I dressed as one. My aunt made a Michelangelo costume for me one year, and that was a lot of fun.
I remember that. I think I remember.
All right, name all the turtles.
Oh, come on.
Leonardo,
Donatello,
Michelangelo,
Leonardo,
Raphael.
Raphael. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Those are the four.
Wait, who was the master? Who was the master?
Splinter was the master. The news reporter was April O'Neil.
Yes!
Is it softball question? Softball question.
I know they just don't have it. We got it, Gabe. We know.
We know.
We know where it is. There are so many. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm here. I sound distorted. That's not good.
No, you're a little bit loud.
Hello, everybody out there, by the way.
Oh.
Glad to have you. Oh, Josh Sadie, that's a good one. Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yes.
Now you're talking, yes. Now, which one? Because most people don't even remember there was a Chipmunks show before the Alvin and the Chipmunks Adventures that featured Pink Panther snippets, Mr. Shark and Catfish and all them. Does anybody remember those?
No, I was
No.
never.
It was a figment of my imagination. I'm not that old. Never mind.
No, it might have existed. Pink Panther always creeped me out, man. I don't know. He didn't talk. I didn't like that.
Karen says Lenny's Tinkerbell.
I'm Tinkerbell.
Yep. So what about the influence impact thing? Let's go like quotables. Let's do some quotables here. Does anybody quote TV shows?
I don't think intentionally.
Name a TV show. Let's throw it to
I quote them all the time.
Someone give us a TV show and then we'll see if we can quote it.
MASH.
Suicide is painless. We're not doing a dark show. That is not what our show is today. Today we're a little more lighthearted. We're a little more fun.
Or Jingles.
Golden Girls. Thank you for being a friend.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the one right there. I actually live to quote them. Mm-hmm. Quote them. I say dough all the time. Anything that is like really weird, somebody, just, I just took my baby out for a walk, like, baby. I'm just like always Homer Simpson. Kelly Bundy's my one. Everybody goes, I'm like, but I digest. And they're like, it's digress. I said, it's Kelly Bundy or Viola or Lasagna. I quote all her mispronunciations. I loved her all the time. Mm-hmm. So Gabe, wait, Lenny, go.
So you guys, when you were a little kid, think about what cartoon you were gravitated to. So think about that for a moment. Anyone has an answer, jump in.
I already gave my answer. It really was Turtles. I was into the Turtles. I liked He-Man too. He-Man too.
Yeah.
He-Man.
Transformers was my jam. Yeah, for sure.
You were Transformers, Nikki.
Still was until Michael
I was a little
Bay
bit of
destroyed it.
everything. The Strawberry Shortcake, definitely. My Little Pony was another one.
Oh my God, you are so young. My Little Pony?
I mean, it's come back around, but
My Little Pony was out in the early 80s.
yeah, I had a Cabbage Patch Kid.
You guys wouldn't even know what mine is. You'll have to look it up. It was Kimba the White Lion.
Yeah, you're right about that. We don't know.
Seriously, it was Kimba the White Lion.
I might have heard of that.
Josh, The Office, which one? You got to tell me. The U.S. version or the UK version? I have to know. Either way, I personally hate them both. I'm just curious.
Really?
I hate The
Wants to know
Office.
what you're
We were
watching.
definitely an Office family. For sure we were.
Oh, God. Steve Carell pisses me off. Just his fucking face pisses me off, and I don't know why.
Why?
I don't... I got this thing for actors and stars that act too childlike past their years of being able to be childlike.
Okay,
like Adam Sandler.
Virgin.
it's kind of like being pixie dust right now.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
No, don't tell me that. Once you're magical, you're always magical.
Why? How can you not like Steve Carell?
Yeah.
Oh, he's funny.
I disagree.
He was
Despicable
funny.
Me.
Yeah.
I thought he was
Me?
funny early. Then I thought it went too far and he wasn't funny anymore. And now that he's taken a more dramatic approach to a lot of things and still being mildly funny with that, I like him again. But just when he's doing that goofy stuff, I cannot stand him at all.
See, I loved the 40-year-old virgin, though. I
Well,
thought
Gabe,
that
you
was
have no taste. We know
a
that.
near perfect movie. I have divine taste.
All right, you know what? Just to make, if we can take one real quick break, I want to make Lenny feel better here right now. Because Lenny feels bad. She's the oldest one. But we have a guest. I want to find out. First, I want to find out if she knows about your show or not. Jan, how you doing?
Hi, Jan.
So, Jan, or Lenny, tell Jan what show you're talking about.
Jan, do you know? Have you ever heard of the show? Go ahead.
Oh, no, she's doing her own thing.
Okay. What was that, Jan?
What I basically got into was the medical shows.
Oh, medical shows.
Oh,
sure.
okay.
I liked St. Elsewhere,
Yeah.
and it started out with Emergency.
Okay, emergency is good, yeah. Well, that will get you, like, there's a career based off of that, or did that pull you into a career?
I ended up being a nurse's aide.
Excellent.
Jan, do you know the jingle? Like, do you know like the start of the program? Do you remember?
Yeah, if I heard them again, I could follow right with them.
So you can't hum it to us right now?
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah, we need you to perform. You're here to perform for us.
It's like 40 years ago.
Jan, do you? Okay, these puppies that are with us, they don't know the cartoon that I used to like love as a child. It was called Kimba the White Lion. Have you ever heard of?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Have you ever watched it?
Yeah, my daughters. Yeah.
Did you love it?
Oh yeah, it was cute. I liked
See?
him. It was.
See, guys. I used to run around as a kid and I would pretend like I was Kimba the White Lion. I'm
Just
not
out of
kidding.
curiosity, with Kimba the White Lion back when you were watching it, were there really any other options besides Kimba the Black Lion and Kimba the Gray Lion?
Or Disney once a month.
Probably not.
Weren't they only black, white, or gray at that time? Could be Kimba the Red Lion, but you'd never see it.
No, but
Yeah, when the kids were
Save a
little,
lot on
the kids
budget.
were
Yes.
they used to watch Looney Tunes, and they can still sing it.
yes, all of them.
Yeah.
Like the Road Runner, if he catches you, you through.
Yeah, that's too old.
Road Runner, Road Runner.
No, I actually remember the Roadrunner one. All right, we're going to bring you back in a minute, Jan. I just wanted to see if you could relate to Lenny because none of us can. She's old as fuck. She's like giving us all these shows that were carved in stone and presented to people. That's it. So, but we'll be bringing you back in a minute, Jan. Thank you.
How about like a Beanie and Cecil and
I don't know that.
no? Beanie and Cecil.
I never watched
Rocky and
it. I know it.
Bullwinkle.
Yeah.
What about
None of that
who were
stuff?
the two guys on MTV?
Ren and Stimpy.
Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, Beavis and Butthead. Sure.
Oh, they influenced a lot of people. They got in trouble for that shit.
Yeah, we were forbidden. Beavis and Butthead and Bart Simpson or the Simpsons. The first time my stepsister told my dad to eat her shorts, he was so so
we
pissed.
got in trouble for
He
that.
threw an ice cream sandwich across the kitchen. It stuck to the fridge, and we were all like, "Uh-oh, no more Simpsons for us."
All right, before we continue, I'm going to bring somebody else on just to find out her opinion of the favorite show as well. It is time to release the Karen. Hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Hello.
How's everybody doing?
We're fantastic.
Good.
So, Karen, what is your probably favorite TV show of all time?
Okay, so like
Not
of all
influence,
time,
we'll get that in a minute, but just favorite TV show.
Star Trek.
Oh.
I am
Which-
a Trekkie.
which
Which one of the 335,000 versions?
Voyager is actually my favorite one.
That's good.
I've seen TNG, Enterprise, Voyager, and DS9 more times than I can count.
All right, I have to ask a question. Is that the movie or the TV shows when
Once
you were
again,
a kid?
Lenny, we're talking about TV shows today.
I know.
I let you have Wizard of Oz. You can't have any more.
But they turned Star Trek into movies.
Well, they did.
Yeah.
And they started off because...
But not Voyager.
The reason I know
Not
this
Voyager.
is because my dad, when he was alive, and we could only watch 2, 4, and 7 and Channel 50. And you had all your shows that would come on. I know I'm really old, okay? But all the kids today have no idea what they have at their fingertips. We had to wait for our shows.
We had 4
And
channels.
Yes, thank you.
You're as old as Lenny.
Exactly.
I'm not as old as Lenny, but I do remember 4 channels.
But
We had the next step. We had basic cable. So
I hated it because my dad always had to watch Star Trek, and I had to sit there and watch Star Trek.
I loved that.
Get to my next thing.
I loved waiting for a show to come on each week and the time it aired. And we were talking in some previous show, family get-togethers were awesome when you would all get around. We used to wait for Three's Company when it was on for a bit, All in the Family. And we'd watch all these, even the Cosby Show, Night Court and Cheers were big.
oh yeah.
For
Star
us.
Trek was something I used to connect with my mom with. So we had like a Voyager hanging from our living room ceiling, like a model. And I'm like,
Love it.
so she had Star Trek plates all over her walls, which I have now, but
So then, did you continue and watch all of the Star Trek movies?
oh yeah,
Because-
I've seen all the
because you
movies,
were-
and I've seen all the movies, and I've seen all of the shows, but the original series I actually don't like the actor stylings of William Shatner. I actually don't like
Fuck
them.
off!
I know.
Kirk would kick Picard's ass. Okay, he probably wouldn't kick his ass, but he'd outsmart him.
That's not in dispute. That's not in dispute. What I'm
Next
saying
generation
is,
is mine.
yeah, Next Generation is what I grew up with.
I actually prefer Next
Voyager
Generation
was-
over the original series, but movie-wise, as you were talking, I actually like the original movies better than I like the Next Generation. Minus the first one that was
Yeah.
boring as fuck
Yeah.
on that. So you're going to say it did influence your life, right, Karen? It
Yes,
impacted
it did.
because it brought you and
It
your mom
did.
together.
It brought me and my mother closer together, and if you think about the way Star Trek is based, I mean, it just kind of gives you hope for the rest of humanity. So,
You're so good because of the TV shows that actually impacted my life, it was Charlie's Angels. I just wanted to be Farrah Fawcett so bad. And
You are in your own magical
hair.
world. I love it.
hair.
I went and
wanted
got
Farrah's
the
hair.
whole hair thing, and yeah.
All right, Karen, we're going to get back to you in a few. Thank you. Want to get on there? We'll get back to you in just a minute. So, Nikki, impact. What shows impacted your life?
Man, that's a hard one because
But they do.
I have to get it down to 2.
No, I just said shows. I didn't say 2.
Oh, I thought you said give me 2. One of the big ones was Leave It to Beaver, because that was our family time. That was like our, I was at an age where my dad worked, but my mom was home. But it seemed like that was like our time to family time. In Jeopardy. Was my favorite. That was me and my grandpa's time. He's a very intelligent man, and since a very little age, I aspired. And I remember my ex saying it when I was giving birth. Weird time to say it, but I always said I wanted to be on Jeopardy. And actually, Jeopardy was playing when I had my first son.
Are you kidding? So you were like, hang on. There's a question.
Yeah,
Seriously?
I know this. I mean, he
I feel like Mike Wazowski right now. I'm in the picture. I'm in the picture.
I don't know. Let me out of the corner. He's not in the corner.
But
We
yeah,
did. Go ahead, Gabe.
so yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily think of game shows as affecting your life.
I
it's
didn't,
sort
but
of-
they did.
They're sort of staples, and you got your Prices Right, you got your Jeopardy, and
Joker's Wild.
Card Sharks.
Joker's wild.
Vanna White.
Yeah.
Press your luck, no whammies.
Oh, I love that show.
I watched the whole show just for the damn animations.
Hollywood Squares. We talked about.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because we kind of feel like we are that right now.
Yeah.
Kind of. We're just a makeshift Brady Bunch.
We're Facebook squares. We're Facebook squares.
Yeah, we definitely are Facebook squares. What about you, Lenny?
I already. Well, seriously.
Most impactful, not Wizard of Oz.
Charlie's Angels.
And was that just because, like you said, you wanted to be Ferris Fawcett? That was it? Did you like strive to? Did you dress like her or anything?
No, it was actually I had 2 girlfriends, and actually one died. That she got hit by a car when she was riding her bike to the other Charlie's Angels. We used to all kind of hang out, and I was Farrah, and then my friends were the other 2. And I won't say their names, but anyways, but we used to play them all the time. And when we were in like grade school, we would like have like mysteries and things that we'd have to figure out, you know. So it's just things that kind of you remember. Mm-hmm. But other than that, it was Gilligan's Island.
What is motivational besides getting off a damn island? Is that like getting out of your house?
Yes, perseverance.
It's all I had was 2, 4, and 7. And
Is it not ironic though that now you just want to be on a desert island away from everything? Unlimited battery supplies, unlimited food still.
And I am. It says beach right there. Beach.
Very convincing.
I believe it. I thought it was the beach the whole time. I just the word threw it off. Gabe.
So mine goes back to our days, you know, growing up. So I have a funny story about it. We used to watch a show called The Fall Guy.
Oh, I remember that.
Remember The Fall Guy? So I'm actually going to share screen here so you can see this. But in first grade, I went to a Detroit school, and my first grade was in like a trailer in the outside on the baseball field. They converted the trailer to a school, and I loved The Fall Guy so much that I actually changed my name to Colt Sievers for 6 months.
I don't even remember that.
Well,
I never called you Colt Sievers.
Well, it was before I moved over and met you. But so this is before I met you. First grade, changed my name to Colt Sievers. Would not answer to anything else. I would not answer to Gabriel. Nothing. My teacher told my mother that don't worry, it's just a phase. Everything will turn out okay.
It wasn't a phase, was it?
Yeah,
it was a long
6
phase.
months. I wrote my name, and I have this here. And do you see this or no?
No, you haven't. I don't have it yet.
Hold on, let me.
But yeah, The Fall Guy. I forgot about that show.
What about MacGyver?
So this.
I was just gonna say that I like.
So
that
I drew
show.
this in first grade.
How do you still have that?
My mother saved it for me. So this is
That was kind of her. Who knew?
So this is a picture out of a Dr. Zeus book. So I drew it, and of course, Colt Sievers.
Got to go back to the Bob Ross thing.
And
It
as
was
you
very
can see
similar.
right here, I got a star right here. So they were very pleased.
That's awesome.
Let's see.
So I outgrew the phase, but you know, back in the day, everything was revolved around, you know, stunt work and things like that. So
Yeah.
every show was about cars jumping something.
Yeah.
Especially the Dukes of Hazzard, like you said
Right.
earlier.
So as Fall Guy, AT&T, you had
Evil
AT.
Knievel.
Hazard, Knight Rider. It was
Evil Knievel.
No, Kit was the shit. Okay, I cannot complain. I just realized when you brought it up about your Colt Seaver thing, I insisted people call me Kit because of Knight Rider.
so you wanted.
I
to be
did.
car.
I loved the car. I wanted to be that car so bad. When we first brought up these topics, I was like, these are easy. I can just name all these, you know, shows I watch now still on repeat. But I started deeper. Ones that really had an impact, like Different Strokes.
Yeah.
Did for sure. They did that whole episode about the child molestation in the bike shop. And I was such a young kid, and it hit everybody in the family hard to see that show. And it also, it actually brought black people into my life. We lived in predominantly white area. So I didn't see a lot of them. My parents were definitely not racist or anything like that, but I just never saw them. And it just made me realize where family can come from. And I had a single mother and my grandmother who raised me. And it showed different versions of families. And I thought that was really cool. And the spin-off, The Facts of Life, but that was more my brother's thing. He was big on that. And that was just because of, like, Tootie. He loved her. I love Tootie, too. Definitely. And there was another one that definitely would have had Punky Brewster.
Yeah,
Brewster, yes.
I
the
loved
Challenger
Punky.
episode?
That is the exact episode that makes me remember, because I remember when that happened, and I came home and they had the episode on it.
Yeah.
And that was so powerful when she just says it exploded and she runs into Henry's arms and she's just crying. That was power. And they did that a lot with TV shows back then.
Yeah.
That and the one where she got locked in the fridge.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that one.
Wow. You guys got
Even
some
Carlton
friends.
couldn't save her.
What about Elf? Does anybody remember that show?
Alf was so cool, but he ate cats.
Yeah.
I
Pissed me
hated
off.
Even back then.
He ate
I didn't.
cats.
I hated Elf. I thought it was stupid.
Well, it wasn't no Wizard of Oz and Munchkins running around and shit, but yeah.
There was no flying monkeys.
There was no Sparkles and Disney.
That's what I grew up with.
So Jan, you already said what influenced you, but what else you got for us?
My thing was, okay, when I was growing up, TV went on at 6 and went off at 9 because my parents' programs.
Do you feel younger now, Lenny?
Yes, thank you, Jan.
Yeah. And the one thing that we grew up on, what my mom liked anyway, was Lassie.
Oh,
You mentioned Lassie on the page when we said our topic.
I ended up falling in love with college.
Oh, sure.
Aw.
And the closest thing I got was a shelter college.
Aw.
That was just good for me.
So that's a definitely pet impact as well.
Yeah. And every time I watched that show, I cried.
oh,
It was special. And the people next door here, now they have a college. And every time I see that college, it reminds me of my childhood.
Aw.
Now, did you... I have to know because I never was into Lassie, but did you understand what the dog was saying?
Of course not, silly.
I'm just curious because I always wondered, like, is that something we just lost? Our generation doesn't speak dog anymore? Because every time I watch that, I find out horses talk. I find out that everybody can understand everything a dog was barking
Red.
about. Yeah.
Timmy has a fetish with wells.
It'd be pretty cool if
He's always in a well.
Long they came and got you, you know?
Well, that's. I'm glad it actually, got you to love the collies. I'm not a collie fan though. I'm really not. I love dogs. I love animals, but collies just seem like prissy bitches to me.
That's my last name.
My mom's dad's thing was FBI. With that.
There you go.
Yeah, they had a thing for Upton Jumbos Jr., so we had to wait.
That was. I never really understood the dog. That's all it is. That's all I saw. I'm like, what the hell is that dog saying? Oh, Dad got a promotion at his job? That's awesome. Thank you. I'm like,
Thanks, Lassie.
all right, Jan. What about you, Karen? Away from Star Trek, is there anything?
when you were a little kid, think about when you were a little kid.
When I was a little tiny small child, my mom used to give us all art lessons, and there was 4 of us. And we used to watch Bob Ross as part of that lesson. And so I used to learn how to paint from Bob Ross.
Did you actually learn a lot of things, or did you take it further, or was it just it's everything you we dab it here, we get some trees?
Happy
Yes, yeah, I tried. I can't paint like Bob Ross. I cannot do that. But he did instill some principles as far as basic painting goes.
How do you paint like Bob Ross? Because every time I see it, it's literally just you just move your brush around a little like this.
I
and
don't
look, you
know
got
how
trees.
he does it.
You just
I
move it
have no
like this. You
freaking
got
clue.
water.
I tried so hard to paint like Bob Ross, but it never really happened. So I just
I don't-
kind of do my own like abstract stuff.
I don't know who Bob Ross is.
You don't know who Bob Ross is?
Come on now.
I don't.
Like PBS, I think PBS was his station. But she only had
I
two
can't even.
stations.
I can't even, Lenny. I can't even.
I know. I'm sorry.
I just can't even.
I don't know who Bob. So explain Bob Ross to me.
But this is the guy who
White guy,
painted
big
Happy Little
afro.
Trees.
Very
Big
calm,
afro.
very docile.
And
Actually, he's a veteran. Just saying.
Well, sure, absolutely. But as far as very relaxing, very easy.
Yeah,
to
he had a
listen
very monotone voice. He was
Right.
very happy
And he-
trees.
to. Right, very
he was
positive.
on. He was on TV
Yeah, PBS.
on PBS because I didn't watch PBS. That's why.
All black screen, or
See,
much like
when
this.
you guys were all kind of growing up,
Bob Ross.
There
There
it
he is. Happy
There it
Little
is.
Trees.
I've never seen Bob Ross. Hi, Bob.
I don't know if Bob's ever seen Bob Ross.
Bob's
He had the
made it.
best hair,
Bob made it
though.
look so easy.
Yeah.
That's
He
the
made it
best
look so
hair.
easy.
He did, though.
So
was-
Keith, I think you should be Bob Ross for Halloween.
I'm not going to be Bob Ross.
That's not a diva.
All right, Karen.
Probably. He's an art diva.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have
no-
a show. I have a show that influenced me in my early, preteen years. Was when I was hanging out with my grandmother. It kind of taught me how to shop. QVC.
Oh,
QVC
yeah.
was one of my favorites from 13 to 15, 16. I could pick
Just
a
the
jewelry
coolest
box.
stuff on TV.
Were you still your parents' favorites after being on QVC for so long? Did you swipe their credit cards?
No, I would call my grandma because my grandma, QVC had this thing you would get this special number, and if they drew your number, I don't know, probably won money off or something. So I'd watch for my grandma on certain hours for certain jewelry that we both loved, and she was waiting to come on. I was like her lookout girl.
So how did it work? When it came on, you had to get it quick, or you wouldn't get it.
No, I would have to call my grandma because my grandpa was at home, so she would have to swipe his credit cards probably or something. And we just have to finagle it just right so that she got what she was wanting. Christmases were really good.
Chris is coming early. Yeah.
She taught me how to shop. She always told me you can never go to a store and leave empty-handed. It's bad luck. So even if it's a $5 item, I swear to you, I'll buy a dollar item so I don't have bad luck.
So Debbie, reruns of All in the Family. All in the Family was such a strong, powerful show for so many
Yes.
people. You could not air a show like that today in any way.
Oh, yeah, no.
You
Beverly
probably couldn't have even
Hillbillies.
done it. Oh yeah, that's just got hillbilly in the title.
All right, let's hear the jingle. Come on, Keith. Let's hear the
Come,
jingle.
listen to a story about a man named Ted, a poor mountaineer, built to keep his family fed. Then one day he was shooting down some food, and up from the ground came a bumbling crude. Oil, that is.
That
Yeah, we know
is
the rest of
not
it.
all. That's not All in the Family. That's
She said Beverly Hillbillies. That's what I was going with.
No.
Oh.
Okay.
Boy, the way Glenn Miller plays. Your turn, Lenny.
I don't know it.
Well, then fuck you.
All I know is that woman's voice annoyed me, so I wouldn't watch the show.
Debbie, you're right. It taught a lot of people how not to act, but for the first time, it put it in people's faces, and that was very unique. It actually put it in their face that bigotism does exist, that racism does, exist for people growing up, and just the hatred he had for so many people in that show. But it also meant that just because one is doesn't mean the whole family is. Right. And I think that was a big thing to understand from that show too.
I'm gonna have to watch that show now because I never really watched the show because I didn't like the lady's voice.
Well, yeah.
Oh my God, Gene Stapleton, so shrill, so damn shrill. I agree.
He also had shows like the Jeffersons and Good Times.
Yeah,
Well, Jeffersons came right from All in the Family.
Right.
Yeah.
And it pretty much just so that black people can be racist too. It was really weird. Like All in the Family was all about Archie
That
Bunker
older-
being racist, and then it wasn't the same for everybody. But George Jefferson was also racist towards the white people, and it was a direct opposite spin-off, but it showed that it exists everywhere, and that was really interesting. That was really cool on that. So, Karen, just curious, you're trying to figure out what shows to mention, but you're typing them in the chat. Fresh Prince, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Fresh Prince, the dad episode where like his dad.
Why
left him
doesn't
or
my
something like
father
that.
want me?
Yeah, that was
Why
heavy.
doesn't my father want me? Was even like. I didn't grow up with my dad. He, I haven't seen my real dad since I was 7. So it was
Same.
it was like. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That
I
right
think that's
there.
the only time Will Smith made me cry
Yeah.
in that
Yeah.
movie. That show.
Even
He
to this
did.
day, that episode still makes me cry.
Yeah.
You know what, though? I love more than anything. There's one episode of that show that just I absolutely love, and that is Phil when he's a pool shark. I don't know if you remember that. And he's like, he hustles the people. Will loses all his money in a pool hall.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah,
so
I do
Uncle Phil
remember
comes
that
back and he's
episode.
like, I think I'm getting the hang of this game and stuff. I'm going to try to win your money back. And he sucks at pool so bad. And he's like, I think I can do this. We can up the ante for the bet. Let's say $100 a ball. He's like, okay. He's like, Jeffrey, break out Lucille. And he pulls out this stick and he runs the shit out of that table to the tune of Soul Man. It is amazing. That's one of my favorite scenes.
I remember
You guys were
that.
talking about the episode of the racism and everything like that. There's this one episode where Carlton and Will get pulled over in a nice neighborhood in a nice car, and then
Yeah, there was the
jail.
racism.
That one,
Yep.
that one was pretty poignant too.
There was the drugs one, even though they always did the caffeine pills and something. But
right.
it was always like that. Jan.
Wait,
Oh, go ahead, Lenny.
How about the Carlton dance?
I love it.
That was the bomb.
Okay, that's the
Can't
best
do
we're
it.
getting to anybody doing it. I don't think anybody's going to.
Close. That's
Now,
as far as
Jan.
I get.
Jan, back from a lot of the older shows, a lot of us didn't. Were there any shows back in your time that really broke ground, that really made you see the world differently? Like it happened with us in Fresh Prince and stuff like that. Were there any groundbreaking? I mean, I know I Love Lucy was one just because
that
of
was
the
the
Puerto Rican,
best.
Yeah.
or Cuban, sorry. He was Cuban, and that was already weird. It was the mixed marriage thing. Anything you can think of? Jan?
I hear you. It's probably not till I was older.
It was all sunshine and lollipops till the 70s, I think.
Like I said, it was just basically, when I got older, it was a lot of medical shows. Like I said, ER, emergency, St. Elsewhere. Like I said, when I got older, that's when I got into watching medical shows. That's when I knew what I wanted to do. I mean, I even went to my doctor one time, and he asked me if I had a career yet. I goes, no. He goes, what do you think of doing? I'm thinking of going into nurse's aid. He goes, well, that takes a strong person. I said, ain't no different than taking care of a baby.
Yeah.
And that's how I ended up getting into it. I mean, I took care of people on my own. Cancer patients, Alzheimer's, whatnot. So learning by each person that I took care of, I learned how to do different things. And by watching the shows, when they were doing medical terms, I could associate with it. And I was learning from that.
So as a kid, though, did anything like Leave It to Beaver, My Three Sons, any of that, were they actually lesson learning moments for you? Or as a kid, did you just not care? It was a cool, funny show.
We didn't get to watch that much TV.
I gotcha. That's all they do now.
Like I said, it was on at 6 and off at 9, and then the weekends it wasn't really on. My brothers, they got to watch TV. The Batman and whatnot.
All right, we're gonna welcome back Cotter. I forgot about that show.
Oh yeah.
Welcome back.
When
There's a rumor that
Batman punched somebody and that big old splat on the screen said, "Bam."
Oh yeah, the Batman show, the living comic book.
Oh my gosh, I loved Batman. That was the best.
One show that was a groundbreaker, I think, way sooner than its time, and not taking it to this show because it's a dark place, I really got humor out of the show, MASH, even though it was like set in a time of war and stuff. There was still like humor.
Well, it was a comedy.
Yeah. But it was like one of the first times you heard on TV, like they were, who was it? What was his name that pretended like he was a woman or would dress like a woman?
Was it Klinger, Hawkeye? I don't even remember.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
No, you're right. Or Hawkeye. No, right?
No.
No.
Klinger.
Hawkeye was the surgeon, the cute doctor.
Oh, okay.
Radar's my favorite.
I hadn't discovered anything about myself at that point, so I don't know.
It was the first time that I can recall as a kid, because I think I was really young when I was watching that show, along with Magnum P.I. My mom was in love with Tom Selleck back then.
I met him.
Really?
Nice.
Interesting.
His daughter rode show jumping horses.
It was Don Johnson in that show. I feel like he was in that show too.
In Magnum?
Yeah.
That was Tom Selleck, wasn't
it? Don Johnson, that was Miami Vice.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go a little different route with this, and believe it or not, the shows that impacted my life the most and still do an influence, there's like 3 of them, and for a very weird reason, it's Married with Children by far.
I love that too. Yeah.
The Simpsons and Family Guy. And there's one more The Simpsons and Married with Children than Family Guy. But there's one thing I always loved about the show completely was it showed that you can, Married with Children, you can treat your wife kind of like crap. You make fun of her for what she is, blah, blah, blah. She makes fun of you. But when push came to shove, you loved your family. You would do anything for them. You stuck together in times of need. You fought as the Bundy crew. You always really stuck together. And the same thing with The Simpsons. Homer is a dullard. He's an idiot. But there's no denying his love for his family. And I have always really liked to see that with people. Hey there, Joe. Joe, glad to kind of have you, but you're not there anymore. You were a second ago.
I'm here, but I'm not. Hold on.
Okay, we'll get back to you. As soon as I see you, we'll get back to you.
His pocket.
Yeah, take the phone out of your pocket, Joe. Sorry, if you can.
So something later in life, for me, a huge influence was definitely Northern Exposure.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Right. So, I mean, I've learned and discovered so much music from that. It was really one of the shows that really started using actual music from other artists. You know, they had a radio station in there, like a fake radio station, and Michael Corbin, right?
Yeah.
Was a radio disc jockey, and he always spit out philosophy, and he was very deep, and I discovered a lot of fantastic music from that. My entire catalog sort of built from that show.
Allie said something I'm going to get to in a minute. I think Joe's ready now. Joe, what's going on?
Hi, Joe.
It's not working though. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, Joe.
Hello.
Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
So what about you? You got some TV show you want to share?
I was been listening in, and all the family all big for me. And then
All in the Family.
Yeah, they're talking about that.
As we were sitting here thinking, another one came up, and I just forgot what the name of it was. Great. I forgot what I was going to talk about.
All right, well, that was good talk, Joe. Thank you.
Good talk. The show is Mel Carter.
Oh, give me a break. Oh, my God, I love that show.
Yes.
That show, we used to watch it all the time.
I used to sing that song all the time. No, Lenny, stop it. I'll do the one when she was in New York on Broadway. You know, they say the neon lights are bright on Broadway. I loved that.
But that show just popped in my mind a few minutes ago, and I was like, that show really...
That did the same thing Different Strokes, I think, did, really.
Exactly. Different Strokes is a great show, too.
And there was a lot of people between the shows like Dana Plato and Nell Carter and The Chief and Give Me a Break. There's a lot of tragedies that befell them, and they worked it into the show so well you learned about real life at the same time.
Yeah.
Thought that was cool. We're gonna. Allie said something, and nobody's brought it up for impactful shows. Soap operas.
Yeah.
So true.
Soap operas. I cannot speak for soap operas, but damn, they were everywhere. If we had a day off school, TV was the one thing you did not want to watch.
Right.
I was like,
It seemed like hours worth.
Well, and that General Hospital, that was what, Susan Lucci?
Yeah.
Who still looks the same today as she did then.
yeah, because I still don't
I
know.
mean,
All I know,
the Price is Right.
The Price is Right, yeah.
Bob Barker, somebody had said that earlier.
Wheel of Fortune.
No, Allie says
Yeah.
no. Allie is disagreeing with somebody.
No,
I think she's talking about the General
Susan
Hospital, Susan
Lucci.
Lucci.
That's
Yeah,
Susan-
it's probably Days of Our
Or maybe
Lives.
she's Days of
No.
Our Lives.
Maybe.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Well, General Hospital.
don't know.
Isn't General Hospital? No, that was Luke and Laura. Yeah, Luke and Laura.
Okay.
All my children.
All these guys are going, oh yeah, Luke and Laura. Like, do you even have a flippin' clue?
Did anybody ever question who shot JR?
I
I
mean,
still don't know.
I know who shot Mr. Burns.
Dallas, that's another show that was on that, like, that was a lot. There was greed back then and discrimination on that show. I didn't care for that show. My mom liked it.
You know what the funny thing about that too is that there weren't a lot of shows about elite sort of families and things like that. So you had Dynasty, you had that show, you had Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, but the rest were sort of rounded.
Yeah.
And now,
Middle
you know,
class.
versus back then, everything is about the rich.
All right. Anybody between, I will say, 35 and 50 years old has to know Saved by the Bell.
Yes, of course.
Has to know it so well. How much impact for Saved by the Bell?
Huge. Huge. I have a cousin who actually, her nickname is Screech because of that show.
So she probably hates it.
No, it's, you know, it's like that, like little pet name she kind of carries with her.
Yeah.
It's like the, you know.
I wanted to be in the school on Saved by the Bell.
Me too.
JR.
What was that, Jan?
What was the one called with JR?
That was Dallas.
Dallas, yeah.
Dallas.
Yeah, yeah, I should know I'm here.
Come on, know your city, Jan.
Yeah, my mom used to watch that, so I got to watch that one.
I believe our Joe is my brother down there. Actually, I believe our parents watch or Joe. It's you. Shut up. I think they watched Dallas. I was really young for Dallas, but I'm pretty sure they did. I know that theme song because that had an awesome theme song.
All right, let's hear it.
It was
There's no
like
lyrics to it.
music.
Yeah, there's no
it's
lyrics.
just music. It was
Dun 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 dun.
like,
Just that and drone footage.
Yes. Or Falcon's Crest.
I just
Oh my
watch man on
God.
Netflix a lot now. I just got done watching Midwives, and I just finished watching Challenger, The Final Flight. So,
We got about 10 minutes left before we do this, so let's move a little bit more.
I watch on Netflix.
Oh, sorry. Yes, Nikki. Were you saying something? I thought you were. Okay, theme songs. Best theme song, because they were big for everything. What is? I'm going to start with Joe since you're here, and we might lose you at any time. Favorite theme song.
That theme? Oh man, you kind of put me on the spot there.
That's the point.
I came. You know what I like the theme song from Hill Street Blues.
Oh, dun dun dun.
Yep. Taxi
Yep.
theme song.
That's a
Those
good
are
one.
two I really like.
Taxi.
Taxi. I don't remember Taxi's theme song.
I don't either.
Don't ask me to sing it.
Gilligan's Island, for sure.
Oh, Gilligan's Island. That's good.
Gilligan's
Cheers.
Island. Oh,
Cheers.
yeah.
Cheers. The Cheers theme song. What about you, Nikki?
I don't know. You guys are stealing some good ones. I'm not really.
Ooh, Full House. Good one, AJ.
Oh, Full House is a good one.
Mine is Greatest American Hero.
I love your photo, AJ.
Okay, let's hear it.
All the way.
Oh, Golden
Golden Girls,
Girls.
sure,
I was waiting for somebody to go there.
Oh, Golden Girls, yes. Yes.
And then the Unsolved Mysteries theme song was fantastic.
Okay,
And
let's hear
there's
it.
no lyrics to
I
it.
don't
There's
know
no
it.
lyrics.
There's no lyrics to it.
Well, how does it go? So I need
Well,
to know it a little bit.
you know-
Hum it. Hum it.
Lenny?
That's the whole
Close
song
enough.
right
That's
there.
all you got. Might as well be the Star Trek theme. Okay, so Lenny,
Yeah.
every time somebody brings up something, you're saying, sing it, hum it, do something. Why don't you sing us a damn theme song? Yeah, sucks, doesn't it?
Okay, let me tell a story about a man named Jed. Took
I already did that one.
And he threw her on the bed.
2 Gilligan's Island.
I don't know
It's
it.
the alternative version of that song.
I think the most recognizable one is Married with Children, by the way.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Well, that was, I mean, that's a Frank Sinatra song from way back when. You know, there's more words to that. It doesn't just end after the first
Holy
verse.
shit.
I was like, I found that out when I was singing. Like, wow.
Well, Golden Girls too that we found.
Or the Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
The Brady Bunch.
Yep. Do you know
That's
that
kind
one,
of what we're
Lenny?
looking like right
Here's
now
the
on the
story.
screen.
Sing it, Lenny.
I don't
All right.
know it. Here's a story.
See, we can
That's all I
recreate it.
know.
We can-
Of a lovely lady
we can just go.
who was living with two very lovely...
lovely girl.
What the hell are you doing? How about Jan? Jan, any theme songs that ever stuck with you?
Okay, that's another one. America's Most Wanted.
Oh, that was a deep one.
Which one?
I forgot about those
America's Most
shows.
Wanted.
Yeah.
That wasn't, there was no
for a long
extra in
time.
that. It was real.
All right, I know one. Bad
All right.
boys, bad boys. What you gonna
Oh,
do
yeah,
to come
come.
for you? Bad boys, bad boys.
No, I'm waiting for you to get to the middle part. I want to hear that like rap area. Come on.
Nobody knows that part.
Oh, that was fun.
Any shows you thought? Okay, how about like the deep dramas? And then let's go to modern TV right now because we talked all about this old, the older stuff growing up. Modern TV. What shows do you think are really relevant, really need to be seen, really are important to you? Yeah, Karen.
The Good Doctor.
Oh,
That's a good
yeah.
That is
It's
a
a good
great show.
Okay, hold on one
What
second.
is so good about Charlie from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory being a doctor? I have not seen that show yet.
Very good.
It's
August
about
Rush we're talking about.
Hang on one second. Hang on. Hey,
he's an
Hunter.
autistic doctor.
Hunter, come here.
Okay.
So
Yes,
it's
he's
just
an
it's showing the ability that
Hunter.
even with this,
I'm gonna step out. Hang on. You guys hold on to this, okay?
All right, Lenny.
I'll save it for Lenny because it's this right up her
Okay.
alley.
Gabriel.
Yes.
Yeah, so current shows.
Several. Lovecraft Country. I don't know how. I mean, it's very topical. But that to me, it's crazy television right now because it's the very real threat and danger of racism and the things that they dealt with in,
I haven't seen that yet. I wanted
in
to
the
see that.
60s and 50s, mixed on top of that with H.R. Lovecraft or H.P. Lovecraft's just nightmarish, ghoulish
You know,
thing.
Allie. I
What
watched
are
that.
we
Crazy
talking?
show.
Well, I'll tell you in a minute. Nikki's going to go back for you, but A Million Little Things.
Yeah.
That is a powerful show right now. I got to tell you on that one. Who else watches A Million Little Things?
I do, yeah. It's a really deep show.
Boy, Lenny, you just stop at Wizard of Oz. You missed so much, haven't you?
No, well, I missed what Gabriel was doing, but the Good Doctor, you guys, I have to say, I was trying to get my son because my son is autistic, and he brought that show to me to watch, and we sat and we would watch like a few different episodes, because he could so relate to it because he's really, 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 really smart. And so I wanted him to kind of come in here and talk about the Good Doctor a little bit, but I don't know where he went. So sorry.
So, in
That's
your
okay.
opinion, how do you think that show handles it versus real?
I have two sides of the spectrum. So I have the really, really high functioning, very incredibly smart that you wouldn't even know how he knows what he knows. And then I have the other that is nonverbal. So I have to say, I'm not certain. I know on that aspect of it. I think they take it a little bit further than what it actually is, but it's TV.
Sure.
But he can relate to a lot of it. So, and it made him kind of think, hey, I could do that, you know?
Right.
So
There's not a lot of shows like that anymore that don't go over the limit. First of all, do you remember, anybody remember Life Goes On?
Yes.
With Corky? That was one from back. That was one of the first I could think that really brought the challenge into the mainstream.
You know, there's another show too that's a really deep show. I think it's great for the teenage kind of adolescent age group, but also as an adult, I really it was a deep show. 13 Reasons Why. There's a couple series, but it's like based off of teen suicide, bullying. It touches a lot, rape. It's got a lot of subjects.
Keep Kleenex handy for that show.
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
I
it's
discovered
heavy.
Bye, Allison. You have a great one.
Bye, Ellie.
Yeah, we got just a couple minutes here. So overall, we're going to close out here with anything you're right about. By the way, if you haven't watched Cobra Kai, watch Cobra Kai. If you ever
Okay,
like
fantastic.
Karate Kid,
The Boys.
that is
Yeah, that's
probably
a
the best
really good
sequel, reboot, remake, bring it back into the mainstream that I've ever seen, movie or TV show. It is
I
so
like it
amazing.
because they flipped the good guy. They flipped the good guy.
But who was really the good guy and the bad guy?
That's
And
true.
even the
You don't
Karate
even
Kid,
know.
really, who was?
Right.
And this
That's
one
why I
really
like it.
shines
It's
light
a
on that.
Great
I'm
area.
excited for the next season.
I know, but it got
See where
delayed
they
because of
take
damn COVID. But at least it's moving to Netflix. More people can finally see it because I started watching it when it came on YouTube, and I loved it, but nobody else had YouTube,
Oh,
so nobody could see it. All right, closing thoughts. What do you got for me, Joe?
Just a lot of great shows in this episode. We were talking about dramas, though. I always liked Law and Order SVU. That was one I always had to watch. But now there's not a lot of shows I watch on TV too much anymore. Not a lot of good shows like as for series or anything.
You know, it's harder to remember them too lately because what happens is these shows come on, you binge them, you're done. Unlike having a show all season you're looking forward to, you kind of forget about a show till it comes back. We're watching The Boys on Amazon, which is a great,
They're
That
starting
is
to
a
change
great
that
show.
because they know it's a bad idea.
right? And that's why now they're releasing The Boys.
When we were
And-
younger, we'd watch a show, we'd have to wait till the next week to see it.
Right.
You know, it was fun. Something's always coming out. Now it's like you said, you binge a show, you're done, you're waiting for the next season.
Yeah.
Right.
And you don't have anything to cling to. And they try to do these like cliffhangers at the end of the show. And you're like, I don't really care about the cliffhanger because I've got the next episode right here.
right.
Right.
You know, when I'm binging these shows and they're over and the seasons are done, it's kind of like I lost my family. Like I miss them. I miss my characters. Like
Yeah.
I
But at
want
the
to
same
know
time,
what they're
it's-
doing.
It's out of sight. It's out of mind. So
Yeah.
when it takes another 8 months for another season to come back, and by then you
Especially
basically
right
gotta
now.
watch the last season.
Right.
Then you
Yeah,
gotta
well,
go
thank
back
you.
and rewatch it so you can catch up again.
Yeah. I've known people that watch like Game of Thrones every season. They watched every season prior just to catch up.
Yeah,
Even though they
that's
weren't
me.
binging on that one. But a lot of them did wait and binge. Thank you, Joe. It was good having you on here. Always good
Bye,
to see
Joe.
you.
See you,
Bye,
buddy.
Joe.
Jan, you got any last words you want to say about this?
My thing was CSI. It still is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of course, again, there's medical.
Yeah, well, you're into the medical stuff like that, and I see a lot of those medical shows. I actually have a hard time with medical shows. Just seeing too many people in my life in like the hospital, they bring back the bad memories for me.
Yeah.
So I avoid a lot of them, most I can. But what I've seen of them, they're very intriguing. I can see why people are definitely into them. Sure. Thank you so much for being here, Jan. It's been awesome.
Bye, Jan.
Bye, Jan.
Karen, before we go, what you got?
So I just wanted to say that television has been a big part of my life. Pretty much from my earliest memories, I remember sitting down in front of the TV. It's was my babysitter. It was my friend. It was my confidant sometimes. I talked to the television just because I didn't have anybody else to talk to. So television has been a really big part of my life when I was growing up and even now because I can't not watch TV. It's always on in the background. I'm surprised I don't have it on right now.
I actually figured you probably did.
No, I don't actually. I actually don't.
So
I didn't
it
want the mic
still
to pick
is.
it up.
I figured you'd be watching like Rick and Morty or something.
No.
Those shows like Rick and Morty, Big Bang Theory, those shows were designed to make smart people think they were smart, or dumb people think they were smart. Like, I get the show, and if you didn't like that show, you just don't get the humor. No, we just don't get things that are dumbed down. Big Bang Theory was funny, though.
Yeah, it was.
That was a show well written to do that. Like, it made it so the novice who didn't understand understood it, and the people who actually did understand that stuff also found humor from it. Thank you very much, Karen. It was good having you on here. We'll see you again soon. Well, everybody, that was very enlightening. What, Lenny?
Have you guys ever seen How I Met Your Mother?
Yes.
I never made it all the way through that show because they never met the mother, and I didn't want to wait.
It was very confusing. I never understood who the mother was that they were talking about.
Well,
I think it lasted like twice as long as it was supposed to.
That's the whole point. But I never watched the last one, so I still don't know how he met his mother, and I was going to ask you guys.
With How I Met Your Mother, the mother is actually one of the characters, and it's just...
Don't spoil it for us.
Spoiler alert.
Now I'm going to have to watch it again.
It's a little fast.
Don't do that.
It's like spoiling Sixth Sense at this point, right?
Absolutely. All right, I just want to make sure everybody knows. Don't forget to follow, share, subscribe to YouTube and Facebook right now. It's very simple. Just go in the corner, like it. It's easy to do. You subscribe. You'll be notified of all our shows when you do that, which is always a good thing. Not only can you do that, you can engage live chat through all our conversations. You can request to be a guest on our panel. Anytime you want to be, we'll just bring you in. Just let us know you want to be one. Suggest topics we can talk about. You're part of this as much as we are right now. Our next topic coming up on Wednesday, the 23rd, is disorders in the family. That show is going to be about people who live with family members who have specific disorders, whether it be autism sometimes, bipolar, anything they constantly have to live with and how they deal with it. That's going to be our next topic. We're going to have a few special guests on that one. Hopefully another musical performance. That went really well last week, so hoping to see it again. But I want to thank everybody for joining us here at ESV. It's been a fantastic show. I am Keith Litfin, and Lenny.
Yes. I love you guys. I do it on purpose. All right. Love you, everybody. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Nikki, thank you again. Always good to have you on the show.
Thanks for having us. Yes.
Gabe, fantastic show. You did a great job. We like having you on there. You came up with definitely some shows we weren't even thinking about at the time. So thank you again for tuning in. We will see you all again soon. Bye.
Bye.
I don't feel like we had enough time.
Hi.
Oh, that could have been like a couple hour topic, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been a whole lot
so many
longer.
shows. I had, when we were starting, I had so many in my head. I couldn't even get to them.
Well, and I was trying to think before, okay, how can I, which ones can I bring out the comedy? Because I got a lot of,
I didn't even mention Futurama.
Well,
I was surprised on that.
Like Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean was a very big, influential show growing up. My dad, for some reason, loved, his freaking subtitle shows and his...
I didn't even know Mr. Bean.
No?
I knew the movies. When the movies came out, I got to know who he was, but when he was a show, I had no idea.
Yeah. It was weird to me, but we watched it because my dad watched it. We only had one TV.
Well, there's so much. My father was working. I would spend so much time by myself at home, and he just had a gigantic movie collection. And he had the entire Monty Python Flying Circus.
Oh my God, Monty Python.
On Laserdisc. So just
they were so damn
one by
stupid.
one, I just discovered that.
But they were good. You guys did awesome tonight. This was actually kind of fun to not get so in depth for a change.
Right.
So
I like
Karen,
getting deep too, but
I have
Too, but
to. Karen, okay, who was the mother? How I Met Your Mother.
you're not getting the answers, Lenny.
Oh God, I have to
make you
watch the
watch
whole
it.
thing.
Yes.
Or Google it. I'm pretty
Maybe
sure
you can
it's
read
out
her
there
choppy
somewhere.
lips.
Oh boy, come on, lay down.
Fuck you.
Release her from her cage.
Watch the damn show. If you want, just watch the last episode because that's all that really matters.
Really, that's all that does.
I mean, the rest of the show didn't even matter at that point.
You know what?
I mean,
Joe's just
the
muted
dude who
over
played
there.
Doogie Howser's kind of funny,
Yes.
but really.
Oh, I didn't even think of Doogie
Yeah,
Howser.
you're muted.
Doogie Howser.
Yeah, there's
was
a lot of things we didn't
a
bring
big
up.
one. A big one for me. I remember saying I wanted to become a nurse, like from watching Doogie Howser.
Oh, for sure.
And then I remember my mom telling me, no, I could never do that.
Yeah, that's right. You can't. What were you thinking? You got to be like
You
13 years old.
Aspirations.
Wanted to be a makeup effects guy after I saw Summer School.
Oh yeah.
Or
There
Oh
was
my
a
God, summer
show,
school.
yeah.
So, there was a
perfect.
show I used to watch with my youngest when he broke his femur, so he was home for like 3 months. He couldn't go to school, but Face Off, and it was
Yeah.
like special effects.
Oh, yeah.
makeup. That's actually what pushed me into special effects because I was like, wow,
Oh, for
really?
sure.
Like,
I can't wait till we do the movie one. That's gonna
Oh,
be fun with the horror
yeah.
villains. Who watches like horror movies and knows the horror villains?
oh
I know
yes,
Gabe will.
oh yes, oh
And
yes.
you will.
I have the hands down worst horror
See-
film of all time.
You guys are like again
Eating
puppies. No, the whole puppy effect. Okay, so for me, TV was hardly anything because we didn't have all the channels and stuff, so we had to go to movies to watch
Right.
anything that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
know?
Lenny, you're not that old. We're pretty close to your age. We really
We
are.
went to movies. We
You're
went to
10.
drive-ins.
I'm 10 years older than you all.
I'd still fuck you.
Oh, that went deep. oh wait.
Okay,
Whoops.
Oh, whoops.
Nah,
Made me
no, but
blush.
you're right.
Lowered
No.
inhibitions.
yeah. No,
Not on this show.
but a long time ago, it was special to actually watch something because you had to wait, just like you were saying, you had to wait to the next time to see it again. You couldn't. It wasn't at your fingertips where you could just watch it tomorrow and get rid of the advertisements and stuff and the commercials. You know,
Right.
you
Like it
had
is
to
today.
sit through all of it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the
Which